Need y'all to get everything together. Make sure y'all turn the mic up. Hello, America. We got to talk about what's happening with Charlie Kirk. He did not deserve to die, and it's starting to look like he was taken out simply for the media. Everybody's talking, people having debates. He's on the front page of every magazine, newspaper in America today. And Candace Owens is letting it be known that there was definitely some foul play involved, but it has nothing to do with freedom of speech. People concerned about freedom of speech being taken away, but your life can be taken away for having freedom of speech. That's why this whole Charlie Kirk situation is so confusing. I want to say rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. He did not deserve to die, whether you shared his views or not. But one thing for sure, Candace Owens is on the job, and she's exposing a lot of things that I don't believe the media want to be exposed. Y'all need to listen at this.
Fellow conservative commentator Candace Owens speaking out on her YouTube platform addressing her late friend.
But I don't want today to be about anything other than you guys knowing that Charlie really was an amazing person. You know, he was like, we were really close. And he was my best friend and my brother. And I will never unsee the footage of what I saw.
Candace Owens, who previously worked with Charlie Kirk at Turning Point USA, had her YouTube live stream freeze tonight because more than 115,000 viewers.
So when they album coming out, I see them in the studio working. I'm ready for them to drop that ASAP because I will definitely pick it up. Candace Owens featuring Charlie. I'm excited about the work. Now, she said they worked on a lot of projects together in the past. But when this album hit the stores, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot of people pushing back their release dates because you know it's nothing but fire. Look at this.
What I saw.
Candace Owens, who previously worked with Charlie Kirk at Turning Point USA, had her YouTube live stream freeze tonight because more than 115,000 viewers tuned in.
Well, memorials for Charlie Kirk are going on across the U.S. This one outside Turning Point's headquarters in Phoenix, Arizona.
Another happened earlier tonight at Loyola Marymount University. That's where Fox 11's Laura Diaz was.
I just think it's pretty scary, you know. I mean, he was touring college campuses. I'm pretty sure it was his first tour of the season he was doing, and it's just pretty scary.
At Loyola Marymount University, the targeted killing of prominent conservative podcaster Charlie Kirk was on the minds of many students this 9/11. Kirk's assassination Wednesday as he fielded questions from students.
Let's be real. The kids on the college campuses needed to hear what Charlie Kirk had to say, rather if they agree with it or not. They needed to hear his viewpoints because going out into the real world, they was going to be faced with a lot of what Charlie was talking about. And even if it didn't dawn on them while he was saying what he was saying, later in life, they would have had experiences that would have had them thinking back to Charlie Kirk, especially the black students out there that's so confused just because they're in college. They thinking that it's all... everybody's on the evil playing field and all that type of shit. Charlie Kirk's words would have resonated with them later in life, more so than it would have did in the present day. And seeing how he was assassinated in front of the college kids, that's going to leave a bigger stains on their brains. Now they may be afraid to have their own personal opinions. He probably was the last person to ever have their own personal opinion and voice it to the public. And now it's looking like that's all taken away. Kids in college have been known for being revolutionaries and starting new genres of everything. But now it's looking like the college kids across America are traumatized because of what happened to Charlie Kirk.
Students at a small university in Utah was a stark reminder of the politically polarized times. Turning Point USA was the conservative organization led by the charismatic Kirk. At LMU on Instagram, there was confirmation that a Turning Point USA meeting would be held as planned on the campus Thursday evening.
Y'all see, that's exactly what I just got done talking about. A turning point in the US of A to where everybody keep it funky and say how they really feel. While people saying how they feel, they looking over at their neighbor to see if they're in agreement to what they have to say. And a lot of times when people feel like people not agreeing with what they have to say, they're willing to switch it, flavor it, and season it to people's likings. And that's something that Charlie Kirk wasn't doing. He was speaking for your average American out there that feel the way they feel, but he had the balls to say it. And the dude that took him out didn't have the balls to do anything. Y'all seen the text messages. If you haven't seen the text messages, I'm going to be sharing those with y'all. It was messages between him and his boyfriend explaining his heartless actions when he took out Charlie Kirk. And thank God for Candace Owens. I did a little bit of research. They didn't have a sexual relationship. He wasn't attracted to her in that manner. A lot of people will argue that Candace Owens was more like a pet to Charlie Kirk, but I believe that's the furthest thing from the truth. One thing for sure, there's been a lot of news going around about his religion, about his personal life, about his personal viewpoints, and who and why people would have wanted to take him out of the game, take him out of this life. And Candace Owens is standing 10 toes deep. Somebody says she got 11 toes. But regardless, them bitches are in the mud for Charlie Kirk. And there will be some justice out here because I believe that the American people will pull ourselves together to figure out what in the hell is going on in between the sheets of the White House's home. They're putting all that gold in the Oval Office. You got people out there that want to blame Trump. I don't believe he had nothing to do with this. They want to blame it on the right wing, the left wing, the chicken wing. People trying to figure out which wing is responsible for this. I'm confused. Whoopi Goldberg is a prime suspect in Africa. So it's getting all different types of confusing about what really happened here. But like I said, I want y'all to pray for Candace Owens and protect her. Because it's looking like they trying to get to her because she's speaking the truth. She's carrying on the flag of everything that Charlie Kirk stood for, everything that he said. Candace Owens is willing to use her platform to put out those truths. And she letting it be known that it's a possibility that Charlie Kirk was assassinated by some very powerful people. And I need y'all to listen to this video all the way to the end because this information I'm about to be sharing with y'all gonna have you scratching your head until it's a bald spot. You might have to order some Hims or just get a hair transplant because this man did not deserve what he got. The media is more satisfied now than ever because they got news coverage that people are interested in. And that's something that people been lacking ever since the Diddy trial ended. And people waiting for October to see if he's going to do time or whatever the case. That's old news. Charlie Kirk is the new news. And Candace Owens, it's safe to say that she's the new Charlie Kirk.
Read in part, today is a devastating day in human history. We planned this meeting before the tragedy unfolded yesterday. All are welcome in remembrance of Charlie Kirk.
I didn't agree with any of his political opinions, but I think what happened to him was absolutely horrible.
A day after the shooting, at least 6 historically black colleges or universities across the country received threats, which were later discounted as swatting calls. Wednesday, conservative political pundit Ben Shapiro's scheduled appearance at the Ronald Reagan Library was postponed.
And we're not going to be deterred.
One day later, he batted down rumors that he had canceled his college tour this year with a defiant post.
That's bull. I saw those rumors. They are false. I will be coming to college campuses, many of them this year. Charlie's voice is not silent. We're going to pick up that bloodstained microphone where Charlie left it.
Would you go to a political event and feel comfortable on campus?
That's beyond fucked up, man. People want to take his legacy and make millions of dollars off of it. They stole his legacy. They're stealing his legacy. When he was the only person with the balls to say what he was saying, he asked those black students, what can you do that I can't do? The question should have been, what can they do that Charlie Kirk can't do? We all seen the movie White Man Can't Jump. He left those black kids floored with his questions about their athleticism and their mental capacities. Charleston White said the same thing Charlie Kirk said, and nobody called him a bigot or a racist. That's because he was black, and don't nobody care about his crackhead opinion. You could see all the veins in Charleston White's neck. He only had one eye and missing teeth. We didn't get that from Charlie Kirk. People held him in a higher esteem than a lot of black activists that voice his same opinions. It stings when Charlie Kirk said what he had to say, but when a black YouTuber or the black podcaster share those same sentiments, when Tommy Sotomayor say the shit, nobody really gets offended. In the same way, Kevin Samuels said a lot of the same things that Charlie Kirk said when he died. A lot of people celebrated the death of Kevin Samuels, and that ain't right. Jimmy Kimmel got fired for disrespecting Charlie Kirk because the blood is not even cold yet. His body is still warm, and people already ripping off his legacy. If it wasn't for Candace Owens saying what she been saying, a whole lot of people would still be confused. I need y'all to listen at this.
I mean, I'm telling you guys, I've been through a lot of media attacks. You name it, I've been through it. This is another level. Okay, this is like, it's like, there's a thirst there that I've never seen. They are all parroting the same talking points. They're clearly collaborating. I can tell you it's a Zionist attack. I've lived through enough of them. This is what they're like. And they all kind of say the same thing, slightly different. And the idea is to pile up and hope. And if people keep seeing the same thing, they'll just believe it's true. And of course, defending Bibi Netanyahu seems to be at the center of it all. That Zionists control a lot of publications in America. That is just a reality. We can even go through that.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game.
Hold on, y'all.
My leg.
It's a little weird that I have never said throughout discussing this case, which I care very much about, that Bibi Netanyahu murdered Charlie Kirk. Kirk Carlson never said that. Megyn Kelly never said that. Dave Smith never said that. Instead, what we are doing is we are disputing Bibi Netanyahu's narrative that him and Charlie were on great terms and really friendly and he had just invited him out. And here's this love letter Charlie wrote. He heavily implied that, and he was saying way too much, too fast, and too soon. That didn't feel right, and we just wanted the truth to be out there.
According to Candace Owens, the media felt like it would be a good idea to make big news about Charlie Kirk and make him a martyr so everybody can get some bread off of his life. And that's where we're at. There's people putting insurance policies out on people. You don't even know that your family members got an insurance policy out on you. Your coworker can get an insurance policy out on you. And if you kill over or whatever the case is, they can cash in on the money. We've seen countless families in the media, and it seemed like they set their family members up to get shot. People forgot about the Shanquilla Robinson situation, the Cabo 6, where her friends took her to Mexico and she never made it back. And next thing you know, her family got GoFundMes and things. We've witnessed countless people lose their lives. Their families, everybody cash in on the murder. So it's starting to look like that's the same situation with Charlie Kirk. I know it goes a lot deeper than that, but it's kill season out here. If they can make some news out of you, especially since we're in the new age and it's not about newspapers and magazines, it's about clicks and views and ads and things like that. People are willing to take a chance, especially if you got a name for yourself. Now, I don't believe everything that Candace Owens have to say because herself is getting a fat bag off of the fact that this man lost his life. But it got to be some truth to some of this because it does make a little bit of sense.
If people keep seeing the same thing, they'll just believe it's true. And of course, Bibi Netanyahu, defending Bibi Netanyahu seems to be at the center of it all. That Zionists control a lot of publications in America. That is just a reality. We can even go through that. It's a little weird that I have never said throughout discussing this case, which I care very much about, that Bibi Netanyahu murdered Charlie Kirk. Tucker Carlson never said that. Megyn Kelly never said that. Dave Smith never said that. Instead, what we are doing is we are disputing Bibi Netanyahu's narrative that him and Charlie were on great terms and really friendly and had just invited him out. And here's this love letter Charlie wrote. He heavily implied that, and he was saying way too much, too fast, and too soon. That didn't feel right, and we just wanted the truth to be out there. I don't know who specifically came out and said that Bibi killed Charlie Kirk, but now that he's for the second time denying that he is, people are going, what's actually going on here? This is weird. When Charlie Kirk was assassinated, I didn't feel compelled to come out and make 2 videos to tell people that I didn't kill him. That would be weird. Like, you would be like, Candace, that's very strange. Why do you feel like you need to say that? If Tucker Carlson had to make 2 videos saying, I didn't kill Charlie Kirk, you would go, that's weird. Megyn Kelly, I didn't kill Charlie Kirk. Why would she do that? Of course she didn't kill Charlie Kirk. Well, Bibi has come out, like I said, with his second statement, and we can listen to it. Take a listen.
Joseph Goebbels, the Nazi propaganda minister, said that the bigger the lie, the faster it will spread. Well, somebody has fabricated a monstrous big lie that Israel had something to do with Charlie Kirk's horrific murder. This is insane. It is false. It is outrageous. Charlie Kirk was a giant, a once-in-a-century talent who defended freedom, defended America, defended our common Judeo-Christian civilization. Charlie loved Israel. He loved the Jewish people. He told me so in a letter that he sent me just a few months ago. One of my greatest joys as a Christian, he said, is advocating for Israel and forming alliances with Jews to protect Judeo-Christian civilization. He encouraged me to make the case directly to the American people about how vital Israel is to U.S. national security. He told me, the Holy Land is so important to my life, it pains me to see support for Israel slip away. Now, if Charlie disagreed with a policy of mine or a decision here and there, not only did I not mind, I welcomed it. This is the essence of Charlie. This is the essence of a free country. It's exactly what Charlie stood for. And I knew that his suggestions always came from the heart, from his love for Israel and from his love for the Jewish people. A few weeks before his death, I spoke to Charlie. I invited him to visit Israel again. And sadly, that won't happen. Now some are peddling these disgusting rumors, perhaps out of obsession, perhaps with Qatari funding. What I do know is this: Charlie Kirk was a great man, and a great man deserves honor, not lies. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. May your memory be a blessing.
They make it seem like he the president of the United States. What's happening here, man? Did he hold some type of office or something? Was he a senator, a commander or some shit? I need to look into this, man. Was he just a podcaster or no? Was he the mayor of Utah or some shit? What is going on? Yo, I'm gonna educate myself. I don't know about y'all, but since I'm speaking on it, I gotta educate myself to get a better understanding, because I ain't know who Charlie Kirk was until a couple of weeks ago. Not even that. Charlie James Kirk, October 14th, 1993 to September 10th, 2025, rest in peace, was an American right-wing political activist, entrepreneur, and media personality. He co-founded the conservative organization Turning Point USA in 2012 and was its executive director. He published a range of books and hosted The Charlie Kirk Show, a talk radio program In his later years, he became recognized as one of the most prominent voices of the MAGA movement in the Republican Party, and since his death has been considered a modern American conservatism. Kirk was born and raised in Chicago. He from the Chi? Chicago suburbs of Arlington Heights and Prospect Heights. Briefly attended Harper College before dropping out after one semester to pursue political activism full-time. He worked with various donors to fund his organization rising to prominence via informal college campus debates held at his signature Prove Me Wrong table. He extended influence through initiatives such as the Professor Watch List and the mass rallies aimed at young voters, and has since been credited with generating interest in political conversationalism among the American youth. Under Kirk's leadership, his organization developed several affiliate groups, including Turning Point Action and Turning Point Faith, with the latter aimed at mobilizing religious communities around conservative issues, initially critical of the... So he ain't graduate from college? He did one semester and said, fuck it, and then went back to college to talk to the kids? So he ain't had no student debt or nothing like that. He was just able to start his organization with a clear focus on what he was trying to do. I respect it. You know, he figured some things out in life and decided, you know what? I'm going to make a difference. He was only 31 years old and did all of that by 31. If he would have kept on living, he would have definitely, he probably would have been the next president of the United States. Or sometime in his lifetime, he would have been the president if they would have let him live. And what makes him real vital is he was working with young people. That's something that a lot of people abandoned a long time ago. People don't really give a damn about the young people like that. The young people don't even have nobody really targeting them to have these type of political debates. And that's important because I swear a lot of kids raised up on video games, Netflix, they don't care nothing about what's happening in reality. So having a Charlie Kirk in place to snap people out of it, or to have people use some logical thinking, put some statistics to it, or whatever the case. Anytime you keeping it real, or you telling the truth, people gonna get mad at the truth. People don't like the truth. People would rather be entertained than to for somebody to speak their truth. His truth may not be your truth or my truth, but someone speaking truth about how they feel is offensive to a lot of people out there. But the way they treating him, they didn't have to kill him. And that's what's so fucked up about this, man. It seemed like they just picking people off just to make stories, instead of dealing with a bigger issue. They want to take out somebody like Charlie Kirk, demonize him at the same time, and glorify him and turn him into something that's newsworthy. If they would have let him live his life, things would have been just fine. It's either you like them or you don't. Chocolate ice cream versus vanilla ice cream. The choice is yours. It's a lot of people getting force-fed shit that they don't necessarily like. It's a lot of music on the radio that's trash, but people choose to listen to it. It's fucked up. I'm under the impression that the sole reason why this man lost his life was for news coverage. And that's sickening when you think about it. Because what he had going on in his life, what he was doing, Hold on, wait a minute. Let me shut up for a minute and read some more of this stuff. A key ally of Donald Trump, Kirk, espoused a variety of conservative stances, including opposition to abortion, gun control, DEI programs, and LGBT rights. His more controversial views included his criticism of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and Martin Luther King Jr., as well as his promotion of COVID misinformation, false claims of electoral fraud in 2020, and the Great Replacement conspiracy theory. I ain't know all that. What'd he say about Dr. King? Hold on, y'all. On January 5th, 2021, the day before the Washington, D.C. protest that led to the January 6th United States Capitol attack, Kirk wrote on Twitter that Turning Point Action and Students for Trump were sending more than 80 buses of patriots to D.C. to fight for the president. A spokesperson for Turning Point said that the groups ended up sending 7 buses, not 80, with 350 students. In the lead to the storming, Kirk said he was getting 500 emails a minute calling for a civil war. Publix heiress, I'm about to go to Publix in a minute. Hold on, heiress Julie Francelli gave Kirk's organizations $1.5 million to fund the buses to the January 6th event. Kirk also paid $60K for Kimberly Garfunkel to speak at the rally. Publix did what? I know they ain't talking about the grocery store. Mean to tell me us be buying all that high-ass food so they could send buses to the White House? Kirk and Candace Owens speaking at the Student Action Summit hosted by Turning Point USA, West Palm Beach, Florida. Hold on, y'all. Afterward, Kirk said the violent acts at the Capitol were not an insurrection and did not represent mainstream Trump supporters. Appearing before the United States House Select Committee on the January 6th attack, so this man did have power. He was a very, 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 very powerful man. Now I'm starting to see what's going on here, y'all. And it took for me to take a little bit of time to educate myself about this man and see that why people would be riled up or concerned about Charlie Kirk or whatever the case is. But still, that's not enough to assassinate somebody like he was a terrorist or something like that on American soil. This not gonna do nothing but cause a lot of hatred, a lot of confusion, and a lot of division. And that's something that already exists in America. This just gonna amplify it times 10. So everybody's digging in the rubble trying to figure out exactly what's going on, who sent the shots. But it's not gonna solve nothing because there's a bunch of kids on those college campuses that's about to pick up the mantle. A lot of people that witnessed this is something that's changing their lives for the rest of their lives, man. There's people out there that saw this man's soul leave his body. And that ain't right. Rather you agree with him or disagree with him, we all can agree this is something that should have never took place. So not only is this stirring up the masses, but this is stirring up the youth. So we don't know what direction America is about to be headed in with the assassination of this man. Because people already feel like they don't have no rights. People already feel like, we got to start anew or do something to make people feel comfortable in this country. And this is very, very, unfortunate. They're trying to make it seem like it was a standalone guy that put this together, but that may not be the case neither. Y'all need to listen at this.
I don't know, guys. That Israeli propaganda just ain't hitting the same. It's just not hitting the same. I feel like it was hitting in 2018, but like this is just not hitting. Gaza's not helpful. You talking about a free country, Gaza just kind of being bombarded because you want to make a beachside place vacation for your friends. It's not feeling good. And we can see what you're doing. We do know you are a cold-blooded murderer. Looking at what's happening in Gaza, there's no question about that. How many kids have been murdered, okay? And you're, again, saying too much. I don't know why you don't seem to be able to get through a speech without lying or implying a lie. Who specifically, BB, is funded by Qatar? Maybe, don't just maybe Qatar. In fact, you are the one, your administration is the one that has been under investigation for taking money from the Qataris. It was actually related to Gaza. So, and what you were going to do with Gaza thereafter. So
they talking about Ataris and shit. I'm all confused, man. They don't came out with a PS5. This bitch still talking about Ataris. I need to do some more investigations into this, man. And if you know more than me, please leave it in the chat. But for right now, I got to figure out what the hell is going on. Hold on, Charlie. And no, I'm not doing no more little Boosie videos, so get used to it. I gotta figure this out. Okay, listen at this, y'all. Let's get educated.
Let's say Hamas was like eradicated. What do you think should happen between both the communities in order to bring, I guess, peace between both of them and make things better?
Yeah, so just so everyone's clear, the reason why Gaza's under Hamas control is that there was a peace deal that was signed. Israel got out of Gaza in the pursuit of peace. Israel gave up the Sinai in pursuit of peace. Israel gave up portions of the West Bank in pursuit of peace. Mm-hmm. Israel has actually decreased the land size of their nation significantly in the last 40 years. Mm-hmm. Like almost, they have shrunk their country by nearly 75% since 1975. Most people, they don't teach you this in college. You can look it up. And in the pursuit of peace. And yet we've had more conflict, more strife. Number one, for the people in Gaza, Egypt has to step up. But they don't want them because they know that it's not exactly easy. Jordan has to step up. They don't want them either. So Arab partners don't want these people. And so they have to be forced to take them and assimilate them. And they're not going to. So it's not an easy solution.
So, okay. All right. This from what I understand, right? There's people in the Middle East that feel like there's intruders on their land. There's people claiming land that don't belong to them. Am I right? And that's what all the drama and conflict is about. They feel like they got squatters on their land, and then you got people that feel like they not squatting. Educate me, man, because I got to figure this out. And the reason why I'm so interested is because I don't see nothing wrong with what Charlie Kirk was talking about, since that's his own personal opinion. I don't see nothing wrong with anybody having a personal opinion. If I don't like it, I'm gonna turn it off. I don't know how many videos I click on and somebody talking some shit I don't like. I simply find something that I do like. And listening to Charlie Kirk, it's not something that I would want to listen to all day, but I can understand why somebody would. Different strokes, different folks. But that don't mean he had to lose his life. There's plenty of people out there in power that may need to be dead, but it wasn't him. And that's why I'm so confused about this whole thing, man. Okay, this is something that I want to see too. Look. From October 2020 until his death, Kirk hosted a daily 3-hour radio talk show, The Charlie Kirk Show, on Salem Media Group's The Answer radio channel. According to internal data, Kirk's podcast was downloaded between 500,000 and 750,000 times each day in 2024. So he had the ear of a lot of people out there. As of December 7, 2021, The Charlie Kirk Show was the 21st most popular podcast on Apple Podcasts. Let's think about this for a minute, y'all. There's plenty of people that agreed with what this man had to say. Do that mean that they deserve to die? And for Jimmy Kimmel and people to get out there and celebrate this man's death, I'm confused. Do we all deserve death for having our own personal opinions? I feel like old people need their own line in the grocery store. I feel like they need the self-checkout, the 10-item line, and then they need the old folks line, 50 and up. That way they could take their time with you and you can get all the coupons, you can count all the nickels, you could take out all the pennies and shit. They can be prepared for that type of stuff in the old folks line. And if I was in power, I would push for that to come into effect. Matter of fact, get them three lines. Every store had to have a 3-line minimum for senior citizens. That way, they could get in and out as fast as they want. And they need to help older people take their stuff, their groceries to the car and put it in the trunk and all that stuff for them too. Mandatory for all of the grocery stores or places where people shop in America. That's how I feel. And young people can't come into the stores until after 3 p.m. There's an adult hour, there's a child hour, and there's senior citizen lines. A lot of people would disagree with that. And that's fine. That don't mean I got to get assassinated for it. Look at this, y'all. In the 2022 episode of his podcast, Kirk called for a patriot to bail out of jail the man who broke into Nancy Pelosi's house and attacked and tried to murder her husband with a hammer. Also in 2022, journalist Bobby Weiss released a report to the internal Twitter documents dubbed the Twitter Files, which alleged that Twitter was censoring conservative personalities on the social media platform. Weiss posted screenshots of Twitter tools that moderators could use to limit the reach of posts and accounts. According to Rolling Stone magazine, Kirk's Twitter account was flagged under Do Not Amplify, which meant algorithms would not highlight tweets. Is that what's wrong with my shit? That's what you call a monkey wrench. They trying to shut people down. Is that what they did to my YouTube page? I ain't never ran up in nobody's house with a hammer trying to take their husband out. When they say hammer, is they using that as street slang for having a real gun? What did he use to break in the house? He left the screwdriver at the front door and ran in the house with the hammer. He probably do need to get bailed out. Ain't like he had a real weapon. Like, I swear I was just there to fix the sink. It's like he comes to work with moldy clothes and I was just trying to do some construction. He wrote books and everything. He tied in with Trump, false claims and conspiracy theories. According to Forbes, Kirk was known for his redublage of liberal college education and embraced of pro-Trump conspiracy theories. He promoted the cultural Marxism conspiracy theory and called universities islands of totalitarianism. In a 2015 speech at the Liberty Forum of Silicon Valley, Kirk said he had applied for the nomination to the United States Military Academy in West Point, New York, and was not accepted. He said that the slot he considered his went to the far less qualified candidate of a different gender and a different persuasion, whose test scores he claims he knew. He told New York in 2017 that he was being sarcastic when he said it. It's a lot of rich people out there. They may be a little snooty, a little snobbish. They went to high school in a roadster and they wear them fucking sweaters and shit. They be on the golf course. They eat ice cream all summer, got the prettiest girl in the school. And I'm not talking about Charlie Kirk, but there's people out there like that come up with it all. And when they take a trip to the ghetto, they be all disgusted. When white people come to the ghetto, that's when all the fuckery start happening. You know what I'm saying? You see a kid out there beating up his crackhead mama. Some shit you don't see on a regular basis. The shit we see as black people in the hood, they don't, when they touch down in the hood, they see the most egregious shit. They see junkies with clothes made out of newspaper. When they bend over, you can see their hairy ass. And they go back to the suburbs traumatized. It be the lady with the biggest breast in the neighborhood. As soon as the white people show up, that's when she want to get high on PCP and run outside butt naked with her breast flapping all over the place. And these people got to go back to Silicon Valley, traumatized after what they seen in the ghetto. So when they get up on the podium and start talking, ain't no telling what's gonna come out their mouth, man. Y'all need to, what time? I gotta get to the gym. I'm gonna figure this thing out. Y'all need to listen at this. Hold on, let me get this together. Y'all listening? All right, here we go.
Teachers and staff members are on administrative leave tonight after posting comments following the murder of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Cobb County school officials say those comments appeared to be celebrating Kirk's death. Fox 5's Denise Dillon is live in Cobb County tonight. Denise, you talked to the superintendent about why the district took this action.
Yeah, he said it was parents and other teachers who reported these posts to school officials, and the superintendent called them extremely disruptive to the district and said he couldn't let it slide.
Across the country, and apparently here in Cobb, some are suggesting it may be acceptable to celebrate or condone a murder on school grounds if you don't like the victim.
Cobb County Schools Superintendent Chris Ragsdale said social media posts by teachers and other staff members have been disruptive and even made some parents question if their children are safe. So they had to take action by placing less than 15 employees on leave.
Employees, so it's not just teachers. We do have 2 employees who are no longer with the district.
Superintendent Ragsdale says this decision has nothing to do with politics.
We can really have no room for employees of a school district to be here who are seen as condoning, supporting, cheering for a school shooting.
You know what? I agree. Because what type of message is that sending to the kids? You can condone somebody losing their life. What happens when a fight break out in the school? Or God forbid something worse break out in the school? How you gonna condone somebody losing their life, regardless of who they are, what they had going on? As many school shooters or school shootings that be happening out there, and people lose their lives and gotta come to the school, and they child is no longer with us, and then they want to condone some shit like this. It's morally wrong. That's the last type of message they should be sending to the youth. If you disagree with somebody's views and what they have to say, it's okay. Not only is it okay to kill them, but you will be celebrated for taking them out. So yeah, you got to draw the line somewhere. Kids are very influential, and you figure as adults with common sense that that's not, murder and death is not a positive message, especially not for no damn kids. So yeah, this is getting a little crazy out here. Look.
Superintendent Ragsdale says this decision has nothing to do with politics.
We can really have no room for employees of a school district to be here who are seen as condoning, supporting, cheering for a school shooter and the murder of an innocent man on a school campus.
Some parents and community members say the district has gone too far by disciplining employees due to social media posts.
We should be trying to bring our community together, and we're not doing that when we're so publicly chastising our teachers.
The president of the Cobb County Association of Educators says teachers have to follow the district's policies.
Since we're public sector employees in Georgia, we not only have the Georgia Professional Standards Commission rules for educators, but in Cobb County we also have a specific administrative rule policy in regards to what we can and cannot do.
It is outright evil to celebrate or agree with the murder of an innocent person.
And as for disciplinary action, it will be handled on a case-by-case basis. Some may only get a warning, while others could be terminated and even lose their teaching certificate. Reporting live in Cobb County, Denise Dillon, Fox 5 News.
As you know, it's happening all over the country. Denise, thanks. Erica Kirk has been elected CEO of Turning Point USA following her husband's assassination. The organization advocates for conservative politics, of course. Charlie Kirk's public memorial will be this Sunday at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. President Trump.
Hold on, y'all. Where are we at in this country right now? I swear I haven't been paying attention to politics and things. It's looking like people are sensitive beyond belief. Is it the fentanyl? What's going on? People be looking for an opportunity to cry about some shit. It's like you better off not saying a goddamn thing. If you not goofy or intentionally trying to be lame, being serious and having serious debates in America, it seemed like that could get you killed. If you're not doing a short TikTok or a Vine or some shit, if you ain't biting into a big burrito online or shaking your ass or being corny with your eyes popping out your head, it's like you gotta be a lame in order to survive. People want to be entertained. And I can't tell the difference between what's real and what's fake. I don't think people have the mental capacity to figure out which emotions are coming from them or what's been. We all under mind control to a certain extent. And the reason why I say that is because there's people saying that what I'm saying in my video is hate speech. But what I'm trying to say is nobody deserved to lose their life for talking and saying what they want to say on the internet. It's people out there that'll kill a op in the street for a tweet. We see shit like that happen all the time. Kids show up to school wanting to fight because of something somebody said online. But now it's spilling over into politics. Well, what we supposed to do? I'm gonna try to hold on and get through some more of this stream. But I swear, the public, it's a possibility that there's a lot of clones amongst us. It's either that or all of this technology to hijack people's brains. Murder is murder. It shouldn't be no debate about that. I think people lack in humanity. But then people want to say, well, the shoe is on the other foot. Well, no, it's not. Because if they could do Jimmy Kimmel like that, Charlie Kirk got dead up, it's letting us know it's all out warfare. You got to be careful how you moving, man. If you want to get any type of notoriety, or if you want to be famous, or whatever the case is, man, it's not safe to be yourself, but be who you are. You're going to have to conform to society in order just to get by. Okay, there's some more stuff I want to get into. Y'all need to fill me on this because, you can't please everybody. You can't make everybody happy. I'm really feeling where this Charlie Kirk dude is coming from. When you got your own little circle and you got your own little clique and you have your own following, I'm pretty sure they would like to keep it in their bubble. But you have people from the outside trying to get into your core just to fuck things up, just to cause disharmony and whatever it is that you got going on. But if your organization is all about causing disharmony to other people and other groups of people, and you trying to make it hard systematically for other people to survive, I can understand why people would be offended or people would feel like they got to do something to stop the madness. But this ain't the case with the Charlie Kirk killing. At least not what they're putting out in the media. This is not that type of thing. I want to share something with y'all real quick. Okay, take a listen at this. I want y'all to listen to this.
Welcome back to The Real Story. By now, we all know that American conservative speaker Charlie Kirk has been murdered while he was speaking on a university campus in Utah. The suspect in the case, Tyler Robinson, was a 22-year-old Utah resident that shot Charlie in the neck with a bolt-action rifle. Mm-hmm. He was turned in to authorities. His family was involved in his being turned in, and he's currently being held on suspicion of aggravated murder, felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury, and obstruction of justice. The casings that were found with the rifle were engraved with different messages which leave little to the imagination of what his thinking was. One was engraved with lyrics from an Italian anti-fascist anthem, Bella Ciao. Another was engraved with the words, "Hey fascist, catch." Another was engraved with the symbol from Helldivers 2. So it tells us something about who we're dealing with and what his motives seem to have been. What I want to talk to you about is, I'm sure you're aware that there have also been so many people that have come out celebrating this murder. Some have been blaming Charlie for his own death, saying that he brought it on by his hateful rhetoric, which if you bother to find out anything about Charlie Kirk, if you didn't know about it before, you will fastly realize that while you may not have liked everything that he said, that he certainly was not hateful or aggressive in the way he interacted with people. Not at all. He was a Christian. He was a father. He was a husband. He didn't deserve to die. He didn't deserve to be shot.
That's the point I'm trying to make here, man. That's the whole point I'm trying to make with this video, man. Hey, this is where we're at with it, man. I'm really over here sad, just thinking this is what it comes to in America. And we all gonna be faced with some bullshit to where somebody could take your life and be justified Not based off of your actions, but based off of your words with it, man. It's crazy. Hold on, y'all. I'm over here I'm a little teared up right now because I see what's coming down the pipeline. It's going to be a lot of censorship happening to protect people. It's going to be a lot of, it's going to be some changes. Y'all get ready for a world to where nothing is made to be taken seriously because people can't handle it. It's like they're going to start making children's movies for adults. That's what's about to be happening. They're going to have to start treating adults like children. Ain't going to be no more liquor at the bars and stuff. They about to pull all that shit off the shelves. It's going to be juicy. The next time you go to the bar, it's going to be juicy juice at the bar. Ain't going to be no cigarettes. It's going to be them candy cigarettes, the one with the gum, with the powder. And you blowing it at, that's all they going to be selling, man. The AI is going to have to babysit adults. Pacifiers going to be in fashion. That's where we headed to. Because if it's something that you're not into or something that you don't agree with, it don't have to lead to death. And looking at the news, it's plenty of senseless murders happening all across America. I mean, senseless in every community. And then for people to be condoning murder, you got to watch your back because people can justifiably kill you over some bullshit and get off. I don't know how many people kill somebody and wind up walking. It's a dude in the news right now. Let me show y'all this real quick. Y'all need to see this. Hold on, get that out of here. This dude got found with a dead body in his trunk. A decomposing dead body of a 15-year-old girl. And they trying to figure out, he on tour. And they trying to figure out what the hell happened. How could they not know that he'll kill? He got songs about killing the girl. He put it in his lyrics about killing the girl. His concert, he got funerals and shit happening at his concert. His whole album is about killing this girl. And they got to investigate? Romantic homicide singer David issues statement on the girl's death investigation. David, the musician behind the song Romantic Homicide, is being linked to a homicide investigation. A Tesla registered to the singer, whose real name is David Anthony Burke, was found September 8th to have human remains in the trunk. Following the Los Angeles Police Department responded to reports of a bad odor coming from the vehicle. Now the body of the girl that has been identified by authorities. The 15-year-old girl name is Celestia Rivers, and she was identified through forensics officials and all that type of shit. So now his goddamn streams is through the roof because that shit he be singing about is facts, homie. There's some weirdos out there that think this shit is sexy. I wish somebody loved me like that. He loved her so much. They making it seem like he a modern day Shakespeare with this shit. This is good for his career. That's where we at with it in America, y'all. Logic is an afterthought. Yo, let me show y'all something else real quick since we talking about it. I'm gonna get this all off my chest before I get out of here. get this all off my chest. So when I get to the gym, I'll be able to just focus and relax and do what I got to do and be happy about it. Hold on. Okay, this is what I want y'all to see, man. This is what's happening here. Get that out of here. The mystery over why human brains have shrunk over time. So the human brain is shrinking. Every 10 years, man. Your kid gonna be born with a rat brain by the year 2030. The brains of modern humans are around 13% smaller than those of Homo sapiens who lived 1,000 years ago, or 100,000 years ago. Exactly why is this puzzling the researchers? So, this ain't evolution, this is devolution, what's happening in the world. And before you know it, people gonna have a brain the size of a pebble. And this is shrinking more and more every day. With all this technology, people don't know the side effects. You gotta wait till the future to see it. It's gonna be something beyond Alzheimer's and dementia with the shit that's going on here. Okay, I'm gonna shut up about it. I want y'all to listen at this.
With people? Not at all. He was a Christian. He was a father. He was a husband. He didn't deserve to die. He didn't deserve to be shot. What I want to talk to you today about is what you're going to do about this. And I mean you specifically, not you as part of the population, you specifically. Is this an inflection point? I could read some of those things. I have read some of those things because I think people need to know how twisted some of the emotion and mentality has been. They've had enough attention. The question is, are we at an inflection point? Are we going to have more violence or are we going to have less violence? And that depends on the intentionality of everybody that's watching, everybody that's seeing what's going on, whether they're left or right. And I want to tell you a little bit about what the state of affairs is right now. There's an organization called FIRE, the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, that tracks attitudes on college campuses. They found that a third of U.S. students believe that to some degree, violence is okay to stop speech. A third. Now, in 2022, that was just 20%. Now, it's like 33%. 29% were women, 38% men, and 46% were gender nonconforming. They also...
Hold on, wait. Overall student opinions on using violence to stop a speaker over time. So people condone, okay, that's where we at in America. That's all I needed to know. Now I could see why people in the comment section offended when I say we need to stop the violence. Now I could see why people saying that I'm making a hate speech because I'm saying Charlie Kirk didn't deserve to die. I could see why people hitting the thumbs down and don't want nothing to do with this video because I'm speaking out against the murder of Charlie Kirk, because statistics show that people in modern times condone violence against people that speak out with their own personal opinion about things. So, you know, it's not safe for me to go against the majority. The majority rules. I'm understanding what's happening here now. I thought it was just me. I thought it would be a good idea to make this video and voice my opinion. But I see that's not the case, man. That's not what's happening in America today. I figure I dip my big toe into politics and see how this thing go, but maybe this ain't for me. What's right is wrong and what's wrong is right. I'm starting to understand it right now. What's happening in the greater scheme of things. People all twisted and mixed up in life. Black is white and white is black. Everything is in reverse. The truth is a lie, and the lie is the truth. I'm so confused right now. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Cause I see what's happening here. They've been training them apes in them labs. They've been trying to figure out how the human brain works and all that shit. Now we at a perfect stage for the AI to come in and take over every damn thing. We have been conditioned. Look at Candace Owens' face. She don't know what's up, down, right, left. She don't know. She might be a damn clone. What black people gonna do? That's what my main concern is. Thank God the killer wasn't black. But with this type of shit going on and everything that's happening in America, what's gonna be next for black people? Let me look at this real quick. Because you got a bunch of women out there losing their jobs. You got women out there that, it's men out there doing really, really bad. And it's looking like shit ain't, I don't know. I know we are resilient people and everything. But with shit like this happening, we don't know what the future holds for black Americans. Black America and Israel, strategic realignment of power and purpose. A moment has arrived that demands clarity, vision, and leadership. Black America and Israel, two peoples bound by history, struggle, and the inimitable will to survive, are standing at a crossroads. Forces seen and unseen have worked to weaken the ties between us, but those who understand history, power, know that such divisions are neither natural nor inevitable. They are engineered, and what has been engineered can be undone. Oh, these niggas is boule. They only got one master. It's only one white man and he in the middle. He's sitting there like he the queen bee. So that's what's gonna happen with black America. Only a few gonna be chosen. Damn, man. This is, man, I don't know what to say about this, man. And I ain't gonna say too much about it. All I could say is get on board while there's still room. You're gonna have to learn how to act. That's it. Point blank, period. If you want to survive the future, better yet, if you want to survive the present, just know how to act. That's what it boils down to. Candace Owens doing herself a disservice. I'm going to leave the Charlie Kirk news alone because everybody at odds. You got so many different gangs in America right now to where it's no point in even having this debate or trying to have this conversation. You got Democrats, Republicans, the right wing, the left wing, Christians, Judaism, Baptists, apostolistic, all this shit, Pentecostal, and all. People, you might as well just save it. Because there's no way we all gonna get on the same page when you got all this separation going on out here. So I'm wishing that they would have let Charlie Kirk just stay alive. At least people knew where he was coming from. Now you're not about to know where nobody coming from. You can't judge a book by its cover for damn sure. It be the main people fronting like they on your side, be the main ones working against you. You got people like that in your family. You feel like they all for you. They happy for you. And that's the main person hating on you, man. Some of y'all got people that you claiming to be your best friend. In all reality, that's your worst enemy. Because you don't know where they coming from. I'd rather know where somebody coming from so I can avoid their ass. And stay out the damn way. Tell me how you really feel. Don't sugarcoat that shit for the media. If you feel like, however you feel, let it be known. But it is what it is, man. Y'all gotta let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. And I ain't done talking my shit. It's a few more things I want to say about this whole situation and what's happening in America today. There's a lot of kids out there that's very, very intelligent. I mean, it's some intelligent kids out there, but their parents gonna fuck it up for them because the parents not that damn intelligent. It's kids out there that's smarter than their parents. That's what I'm trying to say. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's the truth because these kids have the potential to do whatever it is that they put their minds to, but they don't have nobody to steer them in the right direction. While these kids are gifted and they the future and all that good stuff, you got a bunch of adults steering them in the wrong direction. So much so to where schools concerned about the teachers and the staff promoting violence and supporting the death of somebody that, had an opinion or whatever the case was. So that's where we at with it, man. And it's going to be damn near impossible for people to steer the kids in the right direction when you got all this foolishness out here. And there's too many people that let the iPad, the tablet, the phone, the computer raise their kids. Then you say, well, what am I supposed to do? Disconnect the internet? Am I supposed to pick up books and go to the park with my kids and have one-on-one time? And the answer is yes, but people can't afford to do that because the price of living is too damn high. People can't afford to be good parents like that because they constantly got to do what they got to do to put food on the table. So it's looking like we're going to have to get back to community. We're going to have to love one another, hug one another. I'm just trying to spread some positivity. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. Candace, Owens, keep on doing your thing. But that's it for me. I'm about to get back to the Boosie Badass videos. Do a video about Lil Baby. Because don't nobody give a damn about them Negroes. You talk about somebody like Charlie Kirk, people get offended like you talking about Jesus Christ himself. That's because he was important to a lot of people out there. You got a bunch of people in the media that's simply not important. And he was so important to where somebody felt like they needed to take his life type of important. He like the white Dr. King at this point. That must mean he really had some substance to what he was saying for it to go this damn far. If they would have let him live, that would have meant that his words really weren't worth shit. And it got me thinking, everybody that's an activist out there that's still alive, they ain't talking about a goddamn thing. Hold on. I need to see this real quick. Y'all hold on. Let me see if he was really saying some racist shit. Cause if he was, I ain't fucking with that. Hold on, let me see. Charlie Kirk, racist. Cause I ain't heard nothing. Maybe I wasn't listening for the right shit. Charlie Kirk. Let me see what this dude. If you look. Hold on.
Charlie Kirk was a racist, and I know you don't want to hear this. Charlie Kirk was very racist, and anybody that's black that supports him, you are a white supremacist yourself. Now, I'm not saying I agree with what happened to him, because we do not condone that, and that is definitely something that we would not want to happen to anybody. Because just because he was a white supremacist don't mean what happened to him should have happened to him. But if you was to go to
True. When blacks in America did not have the same rights they had today, they were less murderous, there was less break-ins. Black America is worse than it has been in the last 80 years. What percentage of young blacks have both a mom and a dad raising them?
Of course we pander to blacks. They're in every TV commercial.
And they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. If I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? Things got worse since the Civil Rights Act.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, I got something perfect for this. Hold on. Where the? I gotta find it. Okay, look.
Well, you were thinking it. Yeah, well, you said it. Well, you were thinking it. Yeah, well, you said it.
That's what's happening with everything Charlie Kirk said, man. You was thinking it. And he said the shit.
Well, you were thinking it. Yeah, well, you said it. Well, you were thinking it. Yeah, well, you said it. Well, you were thinking it. Yeah, well, you said it.
That's what's going on here, man. You was thinking the same shit. But that motherfucker said it. And everybody heard it. And that's why he was hated. I don't know how many times I told a chick, may I speak with your manager? I am the manager. Hello, thank you for calling Verizon. My name is so-and-so. What's your issue? Well, my phone bill is $10 higher than it usually is, and I'm calling to see how come my bill's so high. First of all, see, may I speak with your manager? I am the manager. But see, that's not all the time. You get some incredible customer service, especially from black women when they 50 plus. Hello, my name is Jane Jenkins. I'm here to serve you to the best of my capacity. Whatever your issue is, best believe, baby, we gonna get it solved today. You be like, thank God for Big Mama or whoever she is. It's an age gap with that. You come across a younger anybody, you gonna get some bad service. And that's on black, white, and in between. But best believe she pick up the phone with that little baby in the background. You about to have some horrible customer service. But he was thinking it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all was thinking it, he said it, or whatever the case. Hold on. Look.
More violent. Affirmative action. Yeah, lit. I'm going to be like,
The thing to just be trying to.
Hold on, listen. Shit out here. Yo.
I see a black pilot. I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. The Civil Rights Act was a mistake.
Oh, no, he didn't say no bullshit like that. Hold on, wait a minute, buddy. He must have, but then again, and I ain't taking up for the man. Hold on. After seeing this movie, I'll be feeling the same way. They better off letting Tasha K fly the damn plane. Look. Would have thought Tasha K was the pilot. After I seen this movie, I said, fuck that, man. You see a black pilot, better hope that motherfucker qualified. Look.
More cops should be around your neighborhood. Why do blacks have a broken family? White person were to come up and say, black America really needs to get its act together and stop sleeping around all the time, and it needs to actually have
Why would you?
Because it's true. When blacks.
God damn. I'm going to have to redo the whole video. I ain't know. I didn't know who Charlie Kirk was until September 10th. When I come back, I'm going to have my facts straight. All y'all got to do is hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button too. I'm going to holler at y'all later, man.